Come on. Hi, it's Hoshi-Chan, and I'm going to give you a brief recap on Ohayocon 2014. So here we go. Okay, Ohayocon 2014 was my first con of 2014, and this was my first Ohayocon ever, and my 5th convention overall. So I have a bit of experience going to conventions, but not one as cold and as crowded as this one. You know that I always relate every con that I go to other cons that I've been to, and it seems like on the top of the list there's Ohayocon, and now at the very bottom is Ohayocon. Let me tell you why. For one, it was pretty cold, and we did not room at the Druid or the Hyatt, so it wasn't connected to the convention, and we were very close to the convention center, so we didn't have to walk that far, but it was still really cold, and the shoes I wore, or no shoes at all, pretty bad. But that's not the convention's fault itself. I mean, but they did kind of plan it to be a winter convention, I guess, but that's okay. There was the first moment that I actually went to the convention and I was playing music. I always play my own theme music, but it wasn't near a panel room or anything. I was just going to get my badge, and it seemed like one of the staff members kind of had an attitude with me, and I turned the music down, but you didn't have to catch an attitude like that with me. That kind of pissed me off. But yeah, like I said before, I started to realize that I don't like crowded conventions, and by crowded I don't mean like big conventions, because I've been to Ohayocon and that was pretty big, but it was not crowded. The convention was spread out in 2 different buildings, so there was a good amount of people in this building and a good amount of people in that building, so it wasn't like everybody was smushed up into one big room. I've been in panel rooms like that, and I can understand that panel's popular, everybody wants to be a part of it, so they all kind of push themselves in there because that panel's probably only going to happen once, and they want to see it. Like in a dealer's room, I was cosplaying Hanji-Zo from Shingeki no Kyojin, Attack on Titan, if you want to be a weeaboo. And please don't get offensive if you actually do call it Attack on Titan. I used to call it that, but I just like to mess with you guys just once. Yeah, so I was cosplaying Hanji in the dealer's room, and I had the gears on. Now, I wasn't expecting it to be that crowded on the last day, because it's the last day, but I mean, some people probably do most of their shopping then, but each day I went in there, it was crowded. I was trying to buy stuff, and of course people, they want to ask for pictures, and I'm happy to take a picture, pose for them, but there was just not enough room for me to actually move around, and then I was like bumping people constantly, and the same thing goes for the food court. I mean, there was like lines that were like, ugh. And I didn't eat at the dealer, at the food court often, because it was just so outrageous. The lines were just outrageous. And then, yeah, then there was a line that I had to go through just to give the person my coat so I can go to the rave. That was crazy. Yeah. Then, like, it wasn't that bad, but compared to other conventions that I've been to, there were quite a few people that I questioned if they took a shower that day or not. Yeah. And especially in the rave, I like sometimes go off into the my own little world when I'm at a rave, but like most of my friends happen to their room, and so I was just like, I kind of feel weird dancing by myself, and some of my other friends are in the little mosh pit, so I decided to go in there too. And yeah, that was kind of a bad idea, but I had fun at the rave, that is. The convention itself was very tiring. Walking around, I didn't go to any panels because I did not want to wait in those lines. If I do go to Ohayocon next year, heads up, I will not be cosplaying at all. I may do some J fashion like Lolita, Visual K, Fairy K, just because I could put together some outfits in that sub-style that will be warm if I don't look at the Drury or the Hyatt, and I could be warm walking to the convention center, except for like the rave outfits that I wear. But I'm gonna keep doing skippy rave outfits because it does get pretty hot in there sometimes. But for some reason, Ohayocon rave, it got really cold, and I was still dancing, and so I was like, why am I getting so cold? Yeah, it did get really cold, but overall, I would probably rate this convention 2.5, not 3. I mean, I did meet a whole bunch of cool people. I took some pictures with people. Some of the reasons that I just named wasn't really the convention itself's fault, besides the fact that it's a really small venue compared to all the people that come there. And yeah, I mean, if they do venues, they might have to go somewhere farther, like Washington, and then there will be no more Ohayocon in Ohio, which pretty much gives it its name. So I can see where they're going with that, not moving, but they are growing, and they need to take that into consideration. But they are growing, and it's getting pretty packed in there. So I think that's about it. Oh, the dealer's room was I'll tell you the things that I did like. I did like the things that the vendors were selling. I did like the artist alley. I did like the rave. Of course, you guys know I love raves. But I mean, I think the second night wasn't as fun as the first night. Kind of blaming the music. But anyways, I like the dealer's room. I like the rave. I like all of my friends that I got to meet, and the friends that I got to see again. Friends that I only get to see at conventions. Is that it? Because I didn't go to any panels. Oh, the cosplay is there. I give you guys kudos because you guys are awesome. Especially going out in that cold, I give you double kudos in respect because, like I said, I'm most likely not gonna do that again unless I find a cosplay that, like Princess Yue from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Someone told me that I should cosplay her, and I might take that into consideration for if I go back to Ohayocon next year, because I'm not going to be cosplaying her at like Colossicon or Matsuri, because it's like hell hot there and stuff. So yeah, I guess this is it. I don't know what else to say. So this has been Hoshi-Chan signing out. Stay nerdy, and I love you. The poof.